Hello guys, and welcome back for a new review. So I've caught a bit of a Jurassic Park fever, so I just finished with painting up this 3D printed T-Rex skull. So printed that in white, painted it, and weathered it. Thought it came out pretty cool, but that is not the reason for this video. Today we're going to take a look at the Hammond collection Tyrannosaurus Rex. So, picked this guy up a couple of days ago. I'm waiting to review him. Really cool. I don't have any dinosaurs in my collection. Well, I do now. And this one really caught my attention. Not a brand new release. This has been out for 6 months to a year. But I only found out about it recently. I think it's really cool. It's the Hammond collection, which is kind of their higher end or collector series. So it has a lot of unique features, articulation, and glass eyes or plastic eyes that are separate from the sculpt. So it really did catch my attention. I thought it looked really cool. Flipping the box around, this is the 30th anniversary of the Jurassic Park series. And aside from picking this guy up, after I did, I decided to just go ahead and pick this guy up as well, which is the Red Rex, or the 93 Classic, representing a remake of the original 1993 Red Tyrannosaurus Rex from the film. Of course, it wasn't red in the film, but the original toy was. And this is an homage to that. But that's for another review. For now, let's get back and take a look at the Hammond collection T-Rex. Okay, so this is how he comes out of the box. Of course, the tail is detached. You got to put that part on, which obviously saves room in the packaging department. And it's just a simple plug system. And that's it. So that is attached. Okay, so look at that face. This thing is incredible. I know there's a lot of contention. I've watched reviews as I waited for this guy to come in with the translucent eyes, and I get it, but it is actually one of the biggest reasons I went for this release. It's not going to work for every angle, but where it does work, looks awesome. And it does have that effect where it kind of follows you where anywhere you look with it, it tends to follow you until it doesn't, which is the point where, you kind of lose sight of the pupil, kind of like that, which is where the contention comes in. But I like it. Could it be done better? Yeah. But I would rather have that than the plain yellow painted eye. I just think this brings so much more life to the actual figure. But aside from the eye, the head sculpt looks incredible. This is meant to be Rexy from the very first Jurassic Park film, which, in my opinion, is the best. I'm not a huge Jurassic Park fan, but the original movie was awesome. A lot of the other ones, it's an adventure ride, but they're not iconic like the original. But that's a review for another day. Talking about Rexy here. So with the head sculpt, paint apps are incredible. You can see a lot of variation. All of the speckling, the darkness around the eyes, the way the ridges picked up, and the yellowish teeth. These are not bright white. They could be sharper, I would say that. And they are a soft plastic. But you get 3 different settings for this figure. So you get the first. Well, the first is closed. That's the second. And then that's the full-on screaming pose or roaring pose. Does have a rubberized tongue, so you can pose that as you want. And it also has this rubberized flesh on the side to give it a little bit more realism, which I think it does. As it closes down, it does start to fold in on itself, but that is what it is. Beyond that, articulation. It's the Hammond collection, so that's kind of what they boast. More paint, more articulation, higher detail. And this does get that. You've got quite a bit of articulation in the head, so it can swing left and right, up and down, quite a bit actually. Let's see if I can back this up a bit more. You've got a torso articulation up and down too. You've got jointed arms. This one seems a bit stiff. They do supposed to swing out, but it's kind of stuck. Elbow and wrist articulation, so not too bad. Legs click into this standard neutral pose, and then from there you can move it back or forward. Double jointed knee, a swivel and hinge at the second knee and also at the foot. Then you get articulation with the tail from this point and this point. And then from there it seems to be rubber, but it's very stiff. So it doesn't pose too well from the tail at the end. But overall, plenty of articulation for the Rex. Alright, so the overall thoughts on this figure. It is a 1/18 scale figure, so it's meant to go with 3 3/4 inch figures. It doesn't go with really what I collect for the most part, which is typically classic style G.I. Joes, 12 inch. But the figure itself, I think, is so well done. I just needed to have it in my collection. Is it perfect? No. There are issues. It was pointed out in many other reviews. The feet are rather large. So there's that. They definitely could stand to shrink those down quite a bit. But paint, detail, sculpting, the eyes, which I actually do like quite a bit, is really what stands out. I think it's probably the best Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex on the market. As far as realism and paint, articulation, gives you quite a lot to like. There's a straight-on view. Just a really, really nice toy. I do like it. Glad that I took the time to pick it up. But that's it. There's really not a whole lot more to say about the figure. Not an expert on Jurassic Park or dinosaurs, but from what I see here, I do like it. I think it's really cool. It's nice to see that they are stepping up their game, and it's nice to have it in the collection. I am now paying attention to Mattel and their Jurassic Park action figures and dinosaurs. I think they're really cool. But that's it. Thanks for taking the time to check it out. Until next time, thanks for watching.